Hey yo, this Rain DA, aka Rain 61, and you tuned into my cousin them podcast, where we talk about music, sports, current events, whatever the hell else we feel like. It's just me, you, my cousin them. Let's chop it up.
Peace, family. This is Cuzzo Rome, and you're listening to the My Cousin Them podcast. Every week is a family reunion, and you're invited. Tap in.
Yeah, this my cousin them shit. Peace Dunn, better known as the Marvelous Skice. I'm from Vegas, though. Right.
It's your boy Cito Dunn, aka Mikey Smooth 61. All I rep is myself and my cousin them. You smell me? Holla.
Yo. What up? My Cousin Them podcast. You on the line with Cousin X.
And it's MC Quest, aka Mickey Maxwell, cause I'm Maxwell. Stay tuned to my Cousin Them podcast and your dumb ass might learn something. One.
Weeds pissed me off by season 7. 6, 7, and 8 was goddamn ridiculous.
I hated that shit, man. I don't even think I watched the last episode of that shit. I was just like, man, fuck it. If I did, it was just because I went through the whole shit and I just felt like I had to.
Dude, I went from watching 2 or 3 episodes of Weed a day. Like sometimes, I don't think I was working when I got into it, so I would watch them in half a season. And by the time I got to like 6 or 7, I was watching like 1 or 2 a day. By season 8, I don't even think I finished this season 8, bro. That shit was so whack.
That shit was hard. When they was all they was all like grown up and shit and all living their own lives, and it was like, yo, this shit was boring, yo. Like, what the fuck is this? This is what it turned into. But yeah, man, they brought out that motherfuckers started seeing God and ghosts and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, it got like, my thing is, you introduce some shit like that this deep, like you changed the whole makeup of the fucking show. Like,
exactly. That's what I was upset about. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all didn't need this. I'm like, this show did not need this. It's like somebody found out how to use a green screen and just went fucking crazy. Like, it was super amped.
It was kind of like, I don't know if you remember watching the game. I want to say like the first 3 seasons of the game had a laugh track. Meaning like it was like a studio audience, people was laughing, and then like the next season when it came back out, it didn't, and it seemed, or maybe I'm wrong, maybe the first 3 seasons didn't have a laugh track. Like there was no studio audience laughing and shit. And then like whatever it was, whether they started and stopped or they stopped and started, it just changed the whole complexity of the fucking show. I remember it. I think I want to say it didn't have a laugh track.
Yeah, I think it started without a laugh track. And then
like they added, when it came back on BET, it had one, and it was just like strange. Like, this shit weird as fuck now. And then I think they took it away or whatever the case. It was not a good look when they introduced that shit like 4 years after the show been off TV, coming on CW forever. And then they come back on BET and it was a laugh track. That shit was strange as fuck, yo.
Yeah, overall though, the show was pretty good though. Overall, I still ain't finished. This last episode like an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like an hour into it, but that shit long as shit.
Series finale.
Yeah. Shit, I respect it, man. That shit fire. Shit, niggas jumping on, and I'm like, yo, should we get into shit or niggas jumping on?
Did niggas check the list I put down?
I did. That's what I'm saying. Like, shit, I don't know if we should start touching it yet. Should give niggas a little bit more time. But you about to, what time the game start? What's on?
3:30.
30, okay.
I was invited to like 3 Super Bowl parties.
Okay.
And I like to tell the truth, dude. I'd rather watch the game exactly how I'm on this podcast, in my bed, on my own TV, make me a little dinner, finish cleaning. Dude, I've been like trying to get my apartment together since I got this bed, and I've been slowly failing at that. I think I've managed to wash clothes, not put them away, stack dishes, not wash them, and I probably got like 10, 12 pair of sneakers that I need to fucking clean, put back in the box. As opposed to cleaning some of them, I bought a new pair and I've been wearing them. Like, I'm trying to get my shit like comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm getting there though, man. Then I started getting on the fucking. I bought a new game with the Injustice shit, so I've been on that. I cut Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN on. Like I've been. But I ain't tripping though, cause I'm comfortable. It's just me, but it's a peace of mind with having a neat apartment and a clean floor, and I'm gonna get to that. You know, I'm gonna get to that.
It takes time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some artwork on my wall, man. I'm getting mad jealous. Your shit looking like a fucking hobby shop.
Yeah, man. My shit almost filled up, man. I probably got a couple more spaces to
fill. What albums do you have, so when I get you one, I'm not getting you a dude?
The Eminem Show, the Good Kid, Mad City, Field Drive, and Daytona.
All right, okay. I'm glad you said that because I almost got you a dude.
Yeah, man. No skippables. Yeah, man, I probably ain't even gonna watch the game. I ain't gonna hold niggas.
I love the commercials, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those. I like Super Bowl commercials. Like Rome here.
Yeah, he said he's moving around though. He probably just listening for right now. But yeah, man. What you think about the Wayne shit?
The what?
The Wayne shit though, man. Have you listened to the whole thing yet?
No.
I haven't either. To be honest. I've only got.
This is what I feel about Wayne as of like now. There was a period in my life where Wayne was one of the top 5 MCs to me, right? I say that period was like from 2005 to about 2000. Maybe 2000. I say 2005 to about 2009, right? And Wayne was like literally one of the best rappers, right? He had a fucking hell of a run, right? Then like he started to like, I think the worst thing he ever did for his career was do that fucking rock album after Carter 3. That was a mistake. And then like he started to just not be as. He was always witty lyrically, but it seemed like he was just rapping to be rapping. He wasn't on like any kind of there was no linear course to some of the verses. He was just like dropping 16s and shit. With this project, I'm still being impressed by some of his like wordplay and some of his verbal dexterity. He's clever inside the songs. I just don't think he's necessarily as clever outside, like song structure. You know what I mean?
His songs don't really have structure like that at all. Like, yeah, it's not really.
Carter 1, Carter 2, yes.
Yeah, no, yeah, like, yeah, no, I'm talking about this album. Like, with this album, from what I've heard
even Carter 3 to a certain extent, there was a certain level of structure with some of the songs he would like do. It's still impressive. It's still, some of it's very like good to listen to. What I've heard so far, like I said, it's so much to digest. I'm only a third into the album because I stopped at Being James.
This album, that's where I'm at too, Being James. But yeah, man, this album way too long, man. I'm like, yo.
And I get it. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like maybe a 16 or 17 track album, and then Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. He decided to make it 24. And you know what? There are Wayne fans that may not want to listen to 24 tracks of Lil Wayne today. Honestly, I wouldn't want to listen to 24 tracks of my favorite artist. Like, I thought Trust the Shooter was entirely too long, and that was a mixtape. No, not Trust the Shooter, BEP4. But he was just rapping on there, so a lot of them tracks was him just dropping like fucking 40 bars over niggas' beats, which is totally different.
I can't think of anybody I want to hear 24 tracks from right now.
Right.
Like, at the
That
time,
is a double CD.
That's just
That
too
is,
like
that is literally like Scorpion.
Like there was a time, there was a point in my life when I was fire though. Like there was, but at this point now in this day and age,
that point in time was 20 years ago. Get fucking Life After Death, All Eyes on Me, shit like that. Like, yeah, that was back when niggas used to wait 2 and 3 years in between albums.
Facts.
But you want to hear a Kendrick album be 24 tracks?
No.
Right. Exactly.
No.
I just, it is a lot to digest. And you know what? It has a lot to do with attention span, bro. Like, we live in an era where content is at an all-time high between podcasts, video games, TV shows, movies, reading material, and then you got music. Like, it's hard to, like, keep. And then add like normal day-to-day shit that ain't hobby. Shit like work and chores and kids. Like the idea of digesting a fucking album that take an hour and a half to listen to, that's a lot, bro.
That's a fact, man. That's for real. That's exactly what it is.
Like, even if it was, okay, I'm going to do an album review, which requires me to listen to it in its entirety. I feel like half my review is going to be talking about how fucking long this shit is and what tracks I could have did without. Like, yeah, I think that's the biggest mark against the funeral shit. It's like, god damn, 24 tracks.
And even
when Lupe did that shit.
And even back in the day, though, when niggas had like niggas had CDs with 24, that wasn't uncommon back in the day. You feel me? It wasn't uncommon at all. But you know what else niggas had? Lots of skits on their shits. Like all of them tracks wasn't all songs straight all the way through. They had like, you know, maybe 4, 5 of them tracks might have been skits, or either 3 or 4. But you feel me? They not all songs that you have to digest. You feel
the
me?
last album I remember being long like that wasn't skit heavy, like just tracks, was probably Lupe's shit. I think the Great American Rap album was like 20, if not 20 or 20 something songs deep. It's just Lupe by himself. His content is so hard to digest because he gives you so much lyrically. It's so much lyrically. Now, times that shit by 2022. But he always tells stories and has like to me, listening to a Lupe album is like reading this dope ass book of short stories. So I listen to Lupe differently than I listen to Wayne.
Facts.
You know,
like you don't like. It's not even just hard to digest a Lupe album. There's some Lupe songs that you have to take time to actually digest. Like you feel me?
Concepts. Sometimes he'll have a motherfucker speaking in a totally different language. There's no subtitles in music. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker? I know it's important to this fucking song and album, but this dude just carried on for like 40 seconds in Spanish or Japanese. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, and he kind of forces you to use technology like Google Translate, put it up to the speaker, and like, oh, okay. Which I haven't got a chance to do, but I knew I wanted to do that shit with the, what last album was the Drogas Light and the Drogas Wave. He has like, I think he has a Japanese skit on the first one, and he has like a Spanish skit on the second one. And it's like 40 seconds of a dude just carrying on in a different language. And I'm like, what the fuck, Luke? Like, it ain't hard enough that your well-read ass is throwing all these cultural references that, I'm sorry, if you didn't go to an AP honors history course, you don't know half the shit Lupe be talking about.
That's a fact. That's a fact. No, that's what I'm saying. Listening to that last album, I had to do some research to understand some of the songs. Like I literally had to do research because I didn't get some of the shit the nigga was talking about. So I could totally get that. Damn, fuck, I lost my fucking train of thought from what I was gonna say next. But oh, the Wayne shit. Back to the fucking Wayne shit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The nigga could clearly rap still.
Right.
Rap to me. The shit didn't sound outdated to me. Like
no.
This fucking flow shit everybody's on. It's the shit that he birthed. He birthed these niggas. You feel me? Like
I heard a lot of that. He heard a lot of him saying it's a bunch of motherfuckers looking like me. And it's true.
A fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Bunch of dreadhead niggas with no room on their face from tattoos.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a whole fact, man. But it's like the production, like I'm not really feeling the production all that heavy. Like it could have been a lot better to me. And the song structure is what I would take away from it. That I would give feedback that I think need to be better. Maybe I don't know if he needs to just link up with one producer. You feel me? You feel me? Or if I don't know if it was just the beat selection. I don't know, but the beats didn't help. Like it was his rapping that kept me in tune with the songs. The beats didn't really help.
It was a couple beats that I did, but like in all, I have to be fair. Only listening to a third of it, I feel like it's not fair. I'm a reserve. I'm gonna withhold judgment until I listen to it in its entirety. Next week, I think it's fair to do a full album review when I actually review the full album. With that being said, dude, music to be murdered by, man. It's early and that shit is a fucking heater.
Yeah.
Like it is, man. Like I'm still banging that shit, and like no disrespect to him, but for his last couple albums, they probably get like a strong week, like 10, 12 days out of me, maybe 2 weeks, and then like his replay value has been like quite low for a while now. It's hip hop head music. It's like if you a lyricist and you in the lyrics, you may or may not still listen to him. I've always, I wouldn't classify myself as a stan, but lightweight. Maybe I'm a Dan. Like I'm not quite a stan, but I've always entertained Eminem because that's where like lyrically I got my start and wanted to start rapping and shit. So he's always been in my top, and even with me,
so listen,
value has not been the same. But this shit,
real quick, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
So with Eminem and with Lil Wayne, because I haven't listened to the whole Wayne yet, but I listened to a good portion of it. And what you saying, Rain, with this sounding, it sounds current, right? It sounds like something that everybody today can knock. Would you agree with that? Like so far through the Wayne CD or through the Wayne album?
Yeah.
So with sounding current and the Eminem album, like you said, Skice, like a hip hop head has to listen to that album. They're like, yo, I'm loving this, but typically as a hip hop head, right? The younger generation, they talking dirty about the Eminem album. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So. Yeah. That's why I think that Lil Wayne has done everything perfectly. When you said that the Rebirth album was a mistake and he shouldn't did it, I didn't mess with that album, but maybe one track, and I think it was Fire, and that was it. I think the track was actually called Fire. Mm-hmm. But he got a different wave. He picked up on something new. He got a skateboard. He rocking with truck fit and all the other stuff, right? So it's a whole nother piece, a whole nother market is listening to him and picking up on him. And the reason why he sounds current is, like you said, Rain, is he birthed everything. Like everybody, Young Thug, Baby, Roddy Ricch, everybody who sound like any type of auto-tune or singing or harmonizing, like Wayne started all of that. So he sounds current because hell, he's in his bag, he's in his wave.
He created the wave.
Yeah,
And
shout
the
out to
reason
T-Pain.
Eminem
Wayne
sounds
did dope. shout out
so
to
the reason
T-Pain.
why Eminem sounds like it sounds good to us every now and again, but that replay value isn't there is because it's stuck. It's in one spot. So that's why I'm like, yo, Wayne has done it perfectly to move from generation to generation and then built it basically. So you think about it, he's been doing this for shit. He was what, 14, maybe younger than that. Hot Boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's 30 something. So he's been doing this for damn near 20 plus years.
At the same time, I was listening. What was I listening to? Or watching a documentary? I think I was watching the hip hop documentary, Hip Hop Evolution series on Netflix, and they were talking about the mixtape Wayne, like when that shit first started. Because yeah, he did the the 500 Degrees, Lights Out, onto the Carter 1, Carter 2, where he rapping, but he was in song structure and he felt like he was leaving something out. Then he started dropping the dedications and shit. The dedications and the droughts.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those were some of the hottest bars I've ever heard from an MC. With some of that dedication work, the canon, the shit when he went over the fucking Beyonce tracks. Like, he was killing shit, like, as far as in the pocket of, like, still, like, wavy at the same time, lyrically precise and not all over the place. Like, I felt like sometimes you can get too hot with too much freedom and kind of play with your audience a little bit. I would like to see him get back to that tightness of his lyrical execution. Sometimes he can be a little sloppy. And
But who's looking for that, those guys?
Just me.
See what I'm saying?
Me.
See what I'm saying? And that's not enough. That's not enough. Like, you're enough to me, brother. I love you. You everything to me. But in the grand scheme of hip hop, that's not enough. We old heads when it comes to hip hop. And Wayne is an old head in hip hop that sounds current. I feel like the only ones that can do that now is a very few. Wayne can do it better than anybody because nobody's looking at Wayne and thinking, damn, he got like 25 years in the game. They looking at Wayne and saying, yo, that's Wayne. And it still sounds like today. Even when Jay drops something new, when Jay-Z drops something new, they're like, yo, Jay came, he still holding his own. He damn near 40, he old, right? But they still talk about Jay being old. They don't talk about Wayne being old yet. And it's hard to be in hip hop that long and not be old. And I think Ludacris is old in hip hop. Nobody's looking for a Luda album. Wayne made his lane, made his way by trying everything new, playing the guitar, hopping on a skateboard, and he made a whole new sound that everybody copied. And his influence, I would dare say that his influence is greater than Kanye's when it comes to hip hop.
Oh, of course. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
I think to your point of why one of the reasons why everybody don't look at Wayne old like they do Jay and maybe some of the other artists that are is his content hasn't really changed that much. Like, his content hasn't really, as far as like what he talks about, as far as like Jay's, how his content has, he graduated from talking about drug talk and then he don't talk about drug talk no more. Now he's talking about businesses and businessmen and all. Like, his content kind of it changed. I'm not saying for the better, for the worse, whatever, that's how you feel, but it changed. Wayne's content pretty much has been the same. Like, not as far as he's been saying the same shit, but you feel me? He's been talking about
shit he rap about.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, Rain. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, and here's why. I was rocking with Cash Money from day one, right? I'm talking first Hot Boys, the Let 'Em Burn album, first Juvie album. I'm rocking with Wayne from day one. He did not rap like this day one, not even close. The stuff that bling bling, that stuff.
But
matter of fact, not only did he not rap like this,
I'm not talking about the style of rap though. I'm just talking about what he's talking about. Like, he don't sound old because he's still rapping like he's still talking about the same shit the young niggas do. He's still talking about lean, he's still talking about doing drugs, he's still talking about fucking bitches, he's still talking about partying in the club. He's still on the young nigga waves. He's still rapping about the same shit that the young niggas is doing. That's why we don't look at him as old. Like, regardless of, I'm not talking about his style hasn't changed. His style definitely changed, like a lot.
So you looking for like a content album from Wayne?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm looking for that. I'm saying that that's one of the reasons that we don't look at him as being old, because of the shit that he raps about.
Damn, dog. I think his style has changed though, bro. Like I really do. I understand his content.
You keep saying
I understand his content too, but I think his content has changed too. Just when Skice was talking about, he had content on those first couple Carters with the song structure and stuff like that. Like he was really spitting about Louisiana and being an NO type nigga. But I think that content has changed too. But he had the same. I see what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. But I think he's so broad with it. Like he started out talking about nothing but cars and bitches and yada yada yada, and now he's back to talking about cars and bitches and yada yada yada, right? But he has those moments of content too that has developed, and it's weird. Like I guess you're right. It's weird to think about. He went from young to like talking about content stuff, and then just going back to partying and whatever. But then he drops little jewels here and there. Yeah, you're right. He still got the young nigga content, but the reason why the young niggas have that content is because they listen to him. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even know if it's a young nigga content or if it's just Wayne. Like we might just have to call it the Wayne era.
I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. You feel me?
Right. I hear you.
Something that I'm pointing out. Like if you listen to a verse from Jay or Reasonable Doubt, and then you listen to the last verse that he dropped on the Meek Mill album, you'll get a totally different message from each verse. Totally different message. Like that's what I'm saying. If you listen to a Wayne verse from back in the day and listen to a Wayne verse from now, the sound's gonna sound totally different. The sound totally different, but the actual message, the shit that you actually can pull from it, from what he's saying, it's gonna be pretty much the same.
Even T.I.'s content changed to a certain extent.
Yeah, T.I.'s content,
even though it's dope boy shit, there's a little bit more, shall I say, activist in his flow now. The last couple verses and the last couple projects I've heard Tip put out, there's a lot more retrospection in his songwriting. It ain't just, of course, he gonna throw you some trap shit. He introduced trap to the world, but
right. But look, with Wayne, we gotta remember that Wayne didn't come from that. Wayne didn't come from that. Like, I mean, Wayne wasn't. He was in the street, but he wasn't drug dealing. Now, he was a kid when they started rapping. So he didn't. So the reason probably why his content hasn't changed is because this has been his life, his whole life. Typically, when you talk about Jay-Z, it went from drug, me being a billionaire. So of course, I can't still rap about drug dealing because I'm not living that anymore. T.I. the same way. I was a dope boy, but now I'm changing my life around. I want y'all to do the same thing, sort of thing. But you can still dabble in it. Wayne was never in that. He didn't push any weight. He just rapped his whole life. So that might be another reason why he didn't change anything, but to stay relevant with the same content, and he had to get clever. So when we hear him tearing through the pages, like I'm not writing anymore, ripping through the pages, right, and just dropping bars just to get all that out. And then, okay, now I got to challenge myself to be different, but the same person too. Like, yeah, he's a different individual, bro.
Oh, that's a fact.
That is true. He's just been a rich rapper for a long time. And
forever,
so
right?
Like, on that song Dreams. That song Dream was like, okay, yeah.
That's it.
So here, check this out. I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
What you said, right? Him being the same person, but at the same time, different eras of Wayne. Like, you got the first, for me, the first era is that whole Cash Money, Young Wayne. I would even go, Cash Money, Young Wayne, like his first album, Block is Hot type stuff. Mixtape Wayne. Like, what's your favorite Wayne? What's your favorite Wayne, man?
My favorite Wayne is really the mixtape Wayne, but to me, niggas slept on Block is Hot. I was bumping that. Niggas slept on 500 Degrees hard. That nigga was rapping on 500 Degrees. I
slept on it.
He said.
I slept on it too.
Nigga. Like, but yeah, man. I'd have to say, like, Wayne really started getting into his bag. It was that, but it's hard though. I'm gonna bring it up, nigga. I'm gonna bring it up. They say Gilly was writing this shit. So what I'm supposed to do? I
don't believe it.
I do.
When the Carter
one started, and all I hear is Carter 2 Wayne, Carter 1 Wayne.
Man,
ad-libs, all that. his DNA is all over the first two Carters. It
I'm gonna
is.
tell you like this. That might be it. There may be a lot of influence.
Cause that's when everybody else jumped on the Wayne bandwagon, nigga. Niggas wasn't
Bruh,
fucking with 500 Degrees, but as soon as he dropped the Carter, I was like, yo, where the fuck are these Wayne fans?
Where'd he come from?
Like,
Listen,
wait.
I was the same way. Because, like I said, I'm from start, bro. I was listening to these boys from start. Like I came back,
Right.
Music from New Orleans, like, yo, this Cash Money shit is crazy. But when Carter dropped, like, oh man, this is a different sounding Wayne, right? But at the same time, I knew it had to come from somewhere. But what I'm saying is, I don't believe anybody writing for him. I think it was that influence. If you in the lab together, right, 4 or 5 people in the lab together, you're gonna start bouncing ideas off. It's going to happen. But what happens is somebody feels like maybe they had too many ideas bounced off and they didn't get enough credit for it, and they take it a whole nother level. Y'all wrote all this shit. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you can have somebody write for you and then still maintain this. Like, you're not going to still be this great. So yeah, you might have had influence, but come on, bro. Kanye, same way. He in the lab with Jay.
Look, I'm not taking nothing away from Wayne from like the quote unquote Gilly years. I submit to that argument that, you know, you vibing with somebody, so you get a little bit of swag, a little style, a couple ideas. I don't believe Gilly sat down, wrote 3 verses in a hook, and then passed it to Wayne like, yeah, spit that. I don't believe that. So you're right. But yeah, I do feel like, yeah, man, you was in our studio. I gave you a style to run with, and you ain't shot me out. I think it was more bitterness than anything. But regardless of who wrote what swag, that was my favorite Wayne. That Carter 2 to like the dedication like to that period from 2006 to about 2009.
And that one era when that nigga went on that wave and he was just featuring on everybody.
Oh, that's part of that wave where every track he jumped on. And that's another thing I will give to Wayne to this day. If he get on a track with, let's say, Lil Twist or one of these new cats, he gonna do that classic Wayne wave that they were inspired by. But if somebody like Jay or Pusha T, or not Pusha T, because Pusha T and Wayne still beefing, but like Rick Ross or T.I. come get him to get on the track, he gonna go back to that, okay, let me drop this hot 16 bars, this Carter shit right quick. He still has the capacity to do that, but I think that got boring to him because the game got bored with bars. That's just true.
Well, there was
fans got bored with bars.
There was a long time when I didn't listen to the radio. I would just listen to the Drought, right? Or whenever the new Drought came out. Mm-hmm. And, bro, I didn't even know whose beats he was rapping over, but he was just killing them. And he came on that one joint, and I think it was over the Upgrade beat for Beyonce. And I just was like, yo, for a long time, yeah, they weren't even anybody else's beats. It was just, yo, Wayne is about to just kill that. What's the joint, the Cameron beat that Kanye made when he rapped over that, when I'm killing these bitches, Young Wayne Caruth, it was just nuts, bro. He was on a different planet through that whole Drought era.
Because that was in that last frame of where bars were still looked at. You couldn't say you was the greatest and you ain't had no fucking bar work. So he was in that last frame of motherfuckers like really spitting bars and like, and when I mean bars, I mean traditional, like line for line, punchline, similes and schemes, like that kind of bar work. Not just throwing bars in the mix of a flow or an auto tune or a sound. I'm talking about lyrics. It was that last little, and then like Drake came along, and then like I felt like.
But what made Wayne so different though, it wasn't just niggas with bars that fuck with Wayne though. It was like. Wayne was like, even like if you wasn't like a bar heavy nigga during that mixtape era when he was running shit, he still had Wayne fans that wasn't particularly your traditional hip hop bar heavy.
Oh, because he had all the fucking swag. It was a bunch of cats running around, throwing their dreadlocks on, claiming bloods, getting tatted up. They had bars though. Them niggas had bars, but Wayne inspired a bunch of clones to get started in rap, and you know Kendrick used to be one of them, and that's a fact.
Oh yeah, he did a whole album. The what do you call it?
C4.
What you say? C4. There you go.
Yeah.
C4 with the off of the Carter 3. He called it C4, and he just went over a bunch of Carter 3 beats.
Right.
Pretty fire too. It's pretty. That's
I think
actually
that
how I
Wayne-
got. That's actually how that was my introduction to Kendrick. Was hearing that C4 and him rhyming over all of them Wayne beats. That's how I first. Some nigga at work was like, "Yo, you need to check this nigga named K Dot out." It gave me. I think he gave me like a CD or some shit. That C4. I was like, "Nigga, this nigga's dope." You feel me?
Hey, Wayne got
going by Kendrick Lamar.
Wayne probably got the hottest chorus in any hip hop album, bro. On any hip hop track. That duffel bag boy hook.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, that was yes.
That might go down as the greatest hook ever, dog. Like for real. I'm not even exaggerating. That might go down as the greatest hook ever.
Nigga, I fuck with that one. Nigga, it's a couple he did from Wayne for Game 2. Nigga, the My Life shit for Game, and then that other one. The what's the one? Damn, I
forgot about that My Life.
My Life, and the one from that latest shit that Game did when he was talking about not trusting niggas and having the niggas was trying to set him up and shit. Like I gotta find that track. But that nigga, that's one of my favorite Wayne hooks too. God damn it.
Yeah, hey man. Is Wayne in your top 10? Come on, man. listen to how we talking.
Like,
listen to what we're saying.
I feel like he gotta be somewhere in there.
I feel like he has to be.
I feel like he gotta be, man. Can we think of 10 niggas that's
better than Wayne
in all the categories? Like when you consider everything.
If we can do it like my team,
if we consider everything, he's
definitely. Do it like my team, and I can get a 2007 Wayne. Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you like this. Right. Wayne is going to go down. How we say when, like for me, my era, people my age, when we talk top 10, it's usually like Big, Pac. Those are always like the first two, right? And then it goes Jay, Nas. Those are always like the next two sort of thing. Wayne's going to go down for the people under us, the generation under us. He's going to be that auto entry. They're going to say, yo, who's your top rappers minus Wayne? Because you can't include Wayne. I guarantee you.
Then there's two kinds of top fives. There's people that put Eminem in, and there's people that completely leave Eminem off.
Bro.
You know that.
Out of 5, is Wayne not going to get in on the 5? Like, listen to what we talking about. Listen to the influence alone. I got to rework the top 10, bro.
Like I said, there's people that put Eminem in their top 5 or 10, and there's people that don't.
From Adam. That's the game song I'm talking about. From Adam.
I remember that shit.
Too. That shit was hard. But
just called what?
From Adam.
All right. I gotta look that one. I'm about to listen to that My Life as soon as we get off this call.
Man. Listen to that From Adam too. That shit fire. But yeah though, I think if you encompassing everything, like you meant going back to my team, if you talking about Pink Diamond Wayne versus Pink Diamond other niggas, like I'm going Wayne, nigga. Like,
of course, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be honest, like.
Hey, that's a cold concept. My team with hip hop. Yeah, that's a cold concept.
Yeah, we gonna
incorporate right now. That 2002 Jay, boy, when he went in the fucking Gift and the Curse, you couldn't touch that man. Like. Gift and the Curse in the Black Album, oh my God! Like, forget about it.
That's the other thing. That's not fair either. Jay put that joint on there as an interlude. Like, that ain't no damn skit. That ain't no break. The interlude.
Right. The interlude, a whole fucking hit.
Come on, bro.
It's got a whole
that's the hottest.
Like the interlude, the fucking whole anthem shit. Like. How niggas know your whole interlude by heart? Like, that's crazy.
Like they play that shit at ball games, like real shit.
Bruh. You know, this is just a pause in the album, right? We about to get back to some more heat.
Right.
Like that shit was just off the cuff. Like, run that fucking. I'm going in. Like, ugh. Yeah, that was nasty, bro. That was nasty. That is a cold concept, but I'm one of those that M's gonna always be in my top 5 just for his lyrical execution alone. And I know there's a lot of people that kind of discredit Eminem for either what he's doing currently, or they just never was a fan of him to begin with, or it's the race thing, and they feel like they can't relate and they can't pick apart like lyrical talent or a talent as an MC, a songwriter, and a producer. And they just can't peel that away from the fact that he's white. And I'm just not one of those people.
I'm not one of those people either, but I don't blame them for feeling that way though. Like I really don't. Like I understand that, nigga, because I don't know. I understand that. To me, I get it.
That's like taking something away from Luka. Is Luka Doncic not nice as shit? Here was a year I thought Dame was gonna start as the point guard in the All-Star game, and then fucking Luka just shits on this like second year. Like I'm like, damn, Dame gonna come off the bench again. Can you take anything away from what Luka doing?
I don't think that's the same thing though, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to me it's not fair is because of the fact that it's not the only thing that he's not relatable. It's the fact that he get away with rapping about shit that we just can't get away with rapping about in a way that niggas just don't like. And because of that, he has more shit in his arsenal that he can use. You feel me? Like I don't know. It's just
Tyler the Creator didn't.
Nigga, Tyler the Creator is nowhere near as big as M became. Like to me, like he doing his thing.
Our Future got a cult following just like M does.
Nigga, he got a cult following. He do. But to me, that shit just don't hit the same way. He don't rap anywhere. He don't rap nearly as well as Eminem does. Like
I know he don't, but like Eminem has the English language and the entire alphabet to his disposal, just like any other MC does. It's just Eminem, what it is a lot of black rappers. They feel like they have to rap just about the hood. Kanye changed all that.
Bruh, Tyler Creator don't be talking about all this bullshit like in the fucking mainstream. His shit don't be being played on the fucking radio like M shit do. Like I can't think of the last Tyler Creator song that I've heard on the radio that I haven't had to go search for somewhere. Like
that's an interesting point though. Skies, when y'all bring up Tyler the Creator, because it's funny, he's literally playing on the speaker right now. He just came through right now. It sounds like you're saying that Eminem gave black rappers maybe the freedom to be different, made it okay for them to not rap about hood stuff all the time, right? To rap about something that's a little odd and still be accepted.
Kanye, not M, but Kanye, because
How so? How you do that?
Well, Kanye was on Rockefeller Records, nigga. Their entire rosters is former D-boys, right? So Kanye to break through and not be on some I'm hard all the time, I'm still fly, but I believe in Jesus. I mean, like there's different, like I feel like all of us feel like we just have to rap about hood shit. Now here's a kind of a thing like M's favorite rapper is Redman. Redman was that first rapper that I can rap about whatever the fuck I want. Hood shit, crazy shit, funny shit. But I'm going to use the entire English language and anything I want to make dope rhymes, whether it makes sense, whether it sounds like it's coming out of a comic book or not. That's where M got that style from originally. It's just we don't champion Redman like we champion the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, the Nas's and shit. Even to this day, Redman is one of the nicest MCs ever. But he don't make nobody top 20 list for some reason.
That's the
shit. He made mine.
He made mine too. I'm talking about.
Nigga, he made M. He's number one on M's. Like,
right. Like
Reggie.
Right, exactly. But back to your point about Kanye, I hear what you're saying. Like he was around a bunch of hood niggas, and he wasn't necessarily rapping hood, but he still had that swag to him. He still was talking about fly shit. He still was talking about shit that we could relate to and want to grasp. M was talking about popping pills, killing his mom, fucking taking his baby mama in the trunk with his daughter in the car, getting beat up by fucking bullies. He took it to a whole nother level. Like he took it to a whole nother place that you would have never thought it would have went, nigga.
We gotta tell you something.
We got to listening to that shit on the way to San Diego. You remember that, nigga?
I do, because this is what I learned about white people in my 34 years on life. It's like, yeah, black people, off the bat, we have for most parts a tough out at life. Our shit, it can be fucked up. Growing up around gangs and drugs and possible a single parent house, it's rough. But one thing I learned about white people, when it's fucked up, it's really fucked up, nigga. Like for real, like all white people ain't grow up with both your parents and the fucking, picket fence. And like when white people be broken, fucked up, they be fucked up, nigga. It be like fucked up shit going on. Mom's on drugs and broke trailer park, and my uncle did this, and biker trash, and like these motherfuckers, when they have fucked up lives, it be really fucked up. Especially if your mom's so poor she raised you around a bunch of niggas, then it's really fucked up because you don't necessarily get no pass. You get bullied every day. And you gotta go back to this bitch. Like, that's one thing I learned. Like, when white people shit be fucked up, it be really fucked. Like, god damn, like really? Like, okay, I see why you talk back to your mama. That's kind of fucked up. She did that shit. Like, and that's one thing I learned about the culture of different races. Like, when they shit be wild and off it be really bad. Like, god damn, that's kind of fucked up. Like, like that's real shit. Like, and I so all the shit that he was talking about, that was his reality. And most niggas can't identify with it, but now they can. Cause you hear more pill popping and wild shit. That same shit that Eminem was rapping about on Eminem show and Slim Shady LP. I'm pretty sure I can tie some of those same themes to Juice WRLD and some of these new emo rappers that's out right now.
But back to the point that I was making though, like he raps about that stuff, but think about if a black rapper were to come, how far would a black rapper get rapping about throwing his baby mama in the trunk, taking her to the beach, you feel me? Or
as far as Redman got
half of all this shit.
As far as Redman got, couple gold albums, a platinum one here and there, do a bunch of live shows, maybe a guest appearance every 2 years. As far as Redman got, that's how far. It's the truth. I don't think that.
Man, you ain't gonna make it sound like Redman didn't go a long way.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
don't be downplaying how much Redman did.
It's not as big as what Eminem did. He just asked a legitimate question.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as big.
That shit sounds good next time, cuz you made that shit sound basic as fuck. Like he just traveled the whole goddamn world. Like, yo, don't be doing my man record like that.
Respect to Redman, but
all right.
Yeah,
let's be real. Let's be real. Like, my man's is Eminem has reached a height in the success of record sales and in popularity in hip hop that nobody's ever going to eclipse. If somebody does, it's probably going to be Drake. But even Drake can't touch what Eminem has done and what's still doing. But it ain't, you can say he knows that if I was white, I wouldn't have sold half. Probably not even a quarter of what he sold. But I don't take that and like it's like punishing him for that when he's still lyrically dope. Like, to this day, I haven't heard anybody that can out-rap Eminem on when we're judging apples to apples, lyrical execution to lyrical execution. Have you heard anybody top that?
I'm not disputing that. All I'm talking about
is
like he got several songs where he's talking about having sex with Dr. Dre. Like, what black rapper could get away with that? What black rapper could get away with that and still be as popular? Like,
Tyler, the Creator.
God, like you keep like, and he's an anomaly. I'm talking about like, come on, like, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Tyler the Creator don't, like I said, Tyler the Creator don't be getting his songs played on the radio. Like,
nah. I'm just saying, like, M's in my top 5. That's all. That's all this started off. It's like there's two types of top 5 lists. There's ones that put M in, and there's no list where people leave Biggie and Pac out. There's no list where people leave Jay. Maybe it's a preference thing, but for the most part, most people's top 5 is going to have the same guys in it, a mix of the 3: Biggie, Jay, Nas, Pac, the mix of the 4, right? And then there's lists that have M in it, and then there's lists that don't have M in their top 10. And my thing is, why?
I'm not trying to start a whole new argument, but I'm not one of them niggas where Pac and Biggie got to be in my top 5 every top 5 list. I don't feel that way. Like I don't feel that way. And much respect to them niggas, and I'm not taking nothing away from them, but I don't feel like they got to be fucking solidified in the top 5. Like they can't never be moved out in life ever.
Royce the 5'9" has been in my top 5 for 10 years, and now we're just now getting. He's just now legitimizing the reason I was talking about this nigga from Detroit that nobody heard of. Which is the next segue. Dude, put it like this. I played I Don't Age on repeat more times than I actually listened individually to some of like Wayne's album. Like I listened to 8 tracks of Wayne. I probably played I Don't Age about 12 times yesterday.
Yeah, I've only listened to it once. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it was like halfway while I was like in the shower listening to it, and I haven't even got that really fully digested shit yet. So I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, that shit was a heat rock, man. I was really it's kind of like I get upset, not upset or jealous. It's just like, God damn, dude. Like, at a time where you thought like people reached their peak a long time, and I've been listening like hardcore a fan of Royce the 5'9". One of the reasons why I went by Skice 9 almost 15 years ago. Royce was really like my favorite rapper and the nigga that made me want to rap. And then like you hear a motherfucker that's been doing it this long and like motherfucker's not tapering off. All he's doing is getting better, gaining more popularity. He's producing records now. Like motherfucker's dope as fuck. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a Slaughter stan, I guess.
Hey, y'all, I'm about to sign out, man. I'm gonna see y'all in a minute.
Huh?
Fair.
I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but nah, that nigga Royce, like I got put on the Royce on around like the Rock City album. You feel me? That's when I kind of got put on the Royce and he was fighting to me, but that nigga's progression is fucking crazy. Like this shit went through the fucking roof from there. Like this nigga rapping on some other shit. Like I don't be yeah. He's one of the only niggas that I think can go toe to toe with him. I really feel like he can go toe to toe with him, like on the track. Like I've seen him actually beat him on a couple of tracks, in my opinion. Like
yeah,
like
everybody else he's jumped on the track with.
And Black Thought, he can jump on the track with any fucking body, and he Black Thought, my nigga. Like Black Thought is fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's nice, man. He's a monster. But I Don't Age. Damn, wonder if Rome will come back. Maybe we can edit this in. But did you catch the first Would You Rather?
Yeah, man. Let me see, man. Would you rather have immortality and never get old, but have Alzheimer's disease? Or age backwards until non-existence? I would rather age backwards into non-existence. Like, to be honest, like...
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, what am I, 32 right now, nigga? So I'm like, that gives me what, 32, roughly around another 32 years. I'll be living to about 64, technically, but even though I'll be aging backwards, you feel me? Get to do some things over again, get to correct some things, maybe not get to benefit from, not get to benefit from how I corrected them, but I pretty much just call my, it'll be like a death sentence to me, and I'm just, living it out. But I'd rather that than live with Alzheimer's disease, because if I got Alzheimer's disease, depending on how bad it is, I'm not really living at all. So I'd rather just, you feel me, call it a death sentence, count my years down, and just,
Go out as a little baby.
exactly. Like, go out as a little baby.
Benjamin Button. I guess. I just think like, okay, realistically, I had to think about it. It's like, okay, with the life I have now, as I was starting to age backwards, even with the knowledge that I have, I feel like by the time I get like 12, 11, shit start falling apart. Like
I don't see, not if you do it right though. Not if you plan this shit. I feel like you can do it in a way where you can be good and you can enjoy this shit. Even 11 and 12, they got fucking YouTube stars that's like 5 and 6 and stuff out here. Depending on what you decide to do with your time, you can be good. Like, you can be and live you feel me, a happy life until you expire as a baby, depending on who you got around you. So especially, you're going to have somebody around you to take care of you at some point.
You definitely going to need a caretaker.
Yeah, you're going to need somebody.
From being able to drive to not being old enough to drive no more.
And they're going to have to be young enough to be around when you get young to be able to take care of you when you're a baby. You feel me? They can't be fucking 80 when you 6. You feel me? She's trying to help you out. So it's going to have to be like your kid or something like that. You feel me? Or like,
I need to have some babies while I still can.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna be my mission. Is like,
yeah, that's gonna be.
I need to have babies now. Like,
exactly. Like, immediately.
That's gonna be our first mission. Like, fuck, I'm gonna be 33 next year. I need to have a baby, so by the time I'm 12, this motherfucker can at least drive me around. Like.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you plan this shit right, you can be good, man. You can go out happy, like a happy little baby. You feel me?
You know what? I guess the babies
ain't got no worries.
All right. What if you didn't have Alzheimer's? You just live forever and you look the same age that you look now. Would you rather do that?
See, that's different. But here's the thing about that. I'm like, of course, that's the easy grab for yes. Of course, I'd rather do that, because who wouldn't want to live forever? Everybody is afraid of death, and that's actually become truer after this last week between, the passing of Kobe, rest in peace, and me watching fucking Oz. Like, it's just been a lot of death in the past week that I've just been witnessing. But that's besides the point. But damn, I fucking lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, no, the immortality thing. So I feel like, yeah, it'd be cool at first, but nigga, after like 500, 1,000, I don't know how long it's gonna take a while, but eventually it's gonna be old, my nigga. You're gonna get sick of this shit, depending on how the fucking country progress, because you don't know where the fuck the country and the state or where we gonna be at in fucking 100
years. But it don't matter, because you can't die.
That's what I'm saying. But do you want to be sitting here? What if the fucking world gets destroyed or some shit and everybody blow off with nuclear bombs, all these rockets and everything blowing around? You just gonna be here by yourself, like what's that nigga name from fucking DC? I can't think of the nigga name. Fucking so Randall Savage. That's what I'm talking about. You just be fucking Randall Savage. Nigga, in the beginning of the world, you just here by yourself trying to create the world again or some shit. You feel me? And then do it all over. Like I don't know if I want to live through different worlds. Like you feel me? I don't know if I just want to never die. Like, I don't know.
I want my motherfucking rocket pack, nigga. That's why I would choose immortality, because I can live long enough to where a nigga can buy a rocket pack the same way I can buy a skateboard.
Okay, where are you gonna go with the rocket pack, sir?
Anywhere the fuck I want.
Facts, okay.
Like, think that's an unfair choice to live forever and not get old. You know what I mean? Because I think you got to put a cap on that, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, but
maybe $150.
Like, nigga, if you do that, you a superhero, my nigga. Like, you might as well start fighting crime and shit. I might start fighting crime and shit.
I'm definitely fighting crime.
like shit.
I'm definitely fighting crime.
I'm definitely gonna get bored to the point where I'm like, you know what? I need to start saving people.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, is like immortality doesn't necessarily mean you don't feel no pain or you super strong. You cannot die, still get your motherfucking ass whooped out there, like.
But damn, how much? Okay, well, yeah.
It's just immortality. It just means where you unconscious, you wake back up. Like.
That's what I'm like. So what if somebody like torture you? Like, how does that work? I guess I got questions then. Like, how does that work?
You gonna feel that shit until the torture stops.
But then the torture would never stop. Then if you immortal, it don't never have to stop. You just get tortured forever. Well, then now I'm changing my answer. I'm going back to the Benjamin Button because I don't want that. What if you feel me? If you got a lifetime to get caught up in some bullshit like that, nigga, the chances are, nigga, the odds are against you. Eventually, you gonna get caught up in some bullshit like that. You feel me? Oh no, that sounds painful.
I mean, that's if somebody get a hold of you. What I'm gonna do?
They get a hold of you, tie you up, and just cut you forever, like nigga, like, or until they die, nigga, pass you along as a fucking slave or some bullshit. I don't know. I guess I'm thinking worst case scenario. I tend to
all right, what if it was like fucking Call of Duty where you do die and like you get respawn the same age around the corner somewhere?
Damn. Do you feel it every time you die too? Like, damn, that's painful still. But damn, man, keep coming back. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to just live forever. Like, I don't know. I know that might sound crazy to some people, but I don't know.
I don't think I want to live forever either. That seems like, because then you watching people die around you. You know what I'm saying? People you care about.
Like,
dude, your kids get old and die. Everybody
love is gonna be dead, my nigga. Like, eventually, everybody love is gonna die. If you're just gonna be the only one that's got this power, you feel me? Like, you just gonna keep creating.
Yeah, you know what? It's a lonely choice.
That's what I'm saying, because even if you do create new families from here, like, you feel me, the love ain't gonna be the same. They just gonna be, you feel me, your kids. You never feel me? They're gonna be your responsibility. You feel me? It ain't gonna be like having family members like outside of that. Like, it's different.
Right. So what was the next one?
Oh wait, we didn't get the I know I ain't watching the Super Bowl, but you said, what's your Super Bowl pick though?
I want the Chiefs to win.
Okay. See the Cowboys.
And the reason I want the Chiefs to win is selfish reasons, actually. I believe.
Cowboy fan.
Well, one for one, yeah, black quarterback on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs may have 1 or 2 championships. I know that the 49ers got 5 and the Cowboys got 5. And I don't want them to pass us up.
Okay.
Kind of like how I don't, like if the Celtics was in it and we wasn't, I don't give a fuck who playing. I don't want the Celtics to win. I'm mad they got one up on us. Of all motherfuckers, they last chip was against us.
Right. And now we got
those are the selfish reasons why I don't want the 49ers to win. Like just like with basketball, I don't just root for the West Coast team. I don't care if they're from California. People will understand it. Fucking Northern California and Southern California might as well be 2 different states. Nigga, it's totally different.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, it might as well be 2 different states.
Like, I never understood that until I actually took a fucking trip out there, and I'm like, oh, nigga, I get it. Like, I get it, nigga. This shit ain't like where I'm from, nigga. Like,
At all, it's different.
Nigga, and it's
Like
cold.
it's really
nigga.
when you think about it, it's almost like if the California had a country in a way. Like I'm talking about like geographically. They got tall ass trees and greenery, and it's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely
It
different.
seemed like cool and a nice place to fucking live, but I know it's expensive as fuck out there. I can't wait to get out there.
I hear it's expensive than a motherfucker out there. Like, even more expensive than fucking Southern California. That shit is expensive to me. Like, but
Yeah, but that's my pick. Who you got?
Nigga, I don't care, my nigga. I'm not even gonna watch it. I don't even. Nigga, I don't know, my nigga. There would have been a chance. Had I not seen it, like on one of my notifications going by, I wouldn't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl, my nigga. That's how much I'm out of it. So, but this next, would you rather though? Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see you? Alright. See, I remember that movie Birds. That shit was
Man.
that
shit
I
was
remember
great,
that,
bro.
I remember that shit. That shit was some scary shit, son. But damn, man, if I had to choose between the two, I would probably have to say birds, but I would have to keep something. I feel like I would have a better chance somehow. I don't know. Because I feel like if you, well, no. Wait. No. Because normally when you see birds, they in flocks. And when you see dogs, they not necessarily always going to be in flocks or in fucking packs.
You may go
right.
You may go a solid 3 days.
Facts.
And you may see one dog on a leash.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I seen a stray dog.
Facts.
But you may see like, okay,
yeah,
the owner ain't just gonna let the motherfucker go. Like you may see 2 dogs in a week. I see 80 birds daily, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's this sick ass bird right outside my mailbox, and I just wish someone would just put it out its misery. It looks sick. It's like that motherfucker be trying to attack me, and I catch whatever disease this pigeon got, even if I kill it. Like. And then we ain't just talking about the birds you see. We talking about ones that see you.
Right.
There's ravens. The motherfuckers is 3 feet tall. And fucking gray eagles and all the little bitty birds, hummingbirds. Like,
yeah. Damn, motherfuckers start pecking on your ass, nigga, real quick.
Like whatever, nigga. Imagine going into a fucking pet store. Like, nah, bro. You be at a magic show or a wedding and nigga get attacked. You feel me? Like, and they can fly, bro. So it ain't like with a car, with a dog, you can hop on top of somebody's car or go upstairs.
You gotta go.
Birds can fly.
Bird,
What if somebody just for some reason there's a fucking emu or an ostrich out there, bro?
Oh. Fuck that. Fuck that. But yeah, hell nah, nigga.
It reminds me of that Geico commercial with that dude on the motorcycle. At first, like a small bird hit him in the face, and then it's like a fucking goose, and then next thing you know, it's a fucking ostrich running towards him and shit. Like, yeah.
Hell nah.
I think I can take my chances with the dogs. So long as I don't go to some fucking illegal dog fight or, go somewhere where there are loose animals. For the most part, people keep dogs, especially dangerous ass dogs, like in kennels on leashes. Nigga, ain't nobody caged. There's too many wild birds out here.
Facts.
And if a school of fucking sparrows or goddamn pigeons just happen, and you know how sometimes you see the motherfucking them ravens or crows or something, they be like fucking 15 of them on a fucking power line. I can't deal with that, bro.
And not only that, but that also increases your chance of getting shitted on by a bird too.
You definitely get shitted on. You definitely finna fucking contract some sort of bird flu.
Facts, nigga.
It reminds me of the end of the Home Alone 2. Remember that shit?
Yeah, that shit was all bad. That shit was all bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances with them dogs, bro. I mean, nigga, I don't think I can check my mail without getting attacked by a bird, nigga. Like,
wow.
That mean they see you in the car, nigga. They flying into your windshield. Your car finna be filthy.
Facts.
They probably crack your windshield. You know, them motherfucking beaks is hard, and some of them got sharp ass talons. I hate owls. Can imagine if a fucking owl. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm not fucking with birds, man.
Yeah.
Exactly what
I know one thing. I'm definitely finna be an aluminum baseball bat carrying motherfucker.
Axe, nigga. Or
this is finna be target practice.
Fucking tennis racket. I want a tennis racket because a wider scope, wider range, something like a little bit bigger because I'm going to have to hit at least 3 of them bitches at a time. I ain't going to have time to be taking extra swings on shit, nigga.
You said a tennis racket. Get their feathers and wings and shit caught up. Yeah. Tennis racket. That's what you want. Yup.
Yeah. I remember we used to go outside with tennis rackets, and we used to stay in LA in the summertime. The fucking big ass June bugs be flying around. Nigga, used to hit them bitches with the tennis rackets. Nigga, it ain't gonna be no different.
I hate those bugs, man. We be outside having a good time and playing hoop, and one of the motherfuckers fly out the tree, a little hole in the tree or something. It just fuck the whole party up. Like, damn, like, and you out there with brooms and shit trying to kill this motherfucker. Yeah. Tennis racket.
Facts.
For sure. Yeah. Who let the dogs out?
Right, man. All right, man. Guess we're gonna close with the favorite Kobe moments, man.
Oh, man.
But I'm gonna just go straight to the front door. I got 2 actually. One is gonna be, who was that? Was it? I think it was Sacramento Kings in the playoffs. The lob to Shaq, nigga. That's definitely one. And number 2 is straight through the front door. The 81. I remember I was watching that game, nigga. I wasn't watching it during the beginning. I started getting calls when he was at like 50 something. Like, yo, this nigga Kobe's at like 50, nigga. It's only halftime. It's only third quarter. Nigga, I'm like, oh shit, nigga, turn the TV on. What's up? Man, nigga, going crazy. You feel me? Like that shit was, bruh. Like, nigga, I'm talking, nigga, standing up, shouting at the TV, like, nigga, just going wilding the fuck out, my nigga. Like, that was one of the best moments in basketball.
81. I remember when the 81 game was happening. I was just getting off work, and I remember Pops called me. He's like, "Are you watching Kobe?" He said, "Man, Kobe got." I think at the time, like, Kobe had like 60-some points, and it was only like the top of the third or like the bottom. I think it was going into halftime or something. I was like, I remember cutting the game on, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And I remember watching the end of that. I was like, I can't believe this shit is happening. And I remember Quest was at work when it was going on, but I just remember that, damn, this motherfucker had 81 fucking points. It was ridiculous. And another moment was I want to say it was that it had to be that 60 on his way out, man. Even though he put up a bunch of shots to get it, it's like, you got to mind, this dude came back from an Achilles injury. He's 38 years old. And these weren't like, okay, Utah just laid down. It's like, we're just going to let the old man go out on a good note. Even if that was the case, it's still not easy to score. Even on the weak defense, like, to put up 60 points is crazy. It's not something that's done like on a whim, dude. Like, you got to be really talented and really skilled to fucking pull that off. And I thought that was a cold way for him to go out. And
I agree. Even if it was that, because of the fact that it's still not easy to put up the 61 points, and also that just shows the respect that the league, and just this past week and everything that you see, just the respect and how much the league looked up at Kobe to want him to go out on a good note like that. You feel me? This is a competitive league. Like, you feel me? They're not all buddy like this, but I'm sure, you know, some of them are friends. But you feel me? To the point where I even heard like Stephen A. Smith mention, or they showed a replay of when he was hitting the free throws, like Goran Dragic, he stepped over the line on purpose just in case Kobe would have missed the free throw. He would have got the retry just so that he could hit the 61. You feel me? It was like to that point. Like, you feel me? Motherfuckers love Kobe that much. Like, where they was like, yo, we want to see you get to however high as you can get, nigga, on your last game, my nigga, because we want you to go out because you deserve it. Nigga, like that's why on that last contract we paid him what we paid him, nigga, because you deserve it, nigga.
Yeah, 50 mil, man. Yeah.
Like, fuck what everybody talking about, what you could do and all. Like, nah, fuck all that. It don't matter, nigga. 20 years, nigga. He deserved this shit. Like, you feel
true.
me? That.
Even when he popped his Achilles and like actually sunk his free throws, bro. Like,
facts.
I've seen motherfuckers get carted off the fucking court for less. You know, like, I remember the fucking the Mamba seminar commercials, bro. I thought those was like some of the dope. He was doing his little seminars and shit. And he had Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and everybody was just like same animal, different beast shit. Some of his commercials he did. Yeah, man. Shit, I like the. I don't know if you up on the All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steve Jackson. Nah. Kobe did the first episode of the New Year, and it was like probably like 3 weeks before he went, man. Like, and it was just cool just hearing him. Like, I never heard Kobe Bryant cuss before, but he ain't in the league no more, and he was in a setting with some former players that he trusted, and that was a dope podcast, man. And he had his Emmy and his Oscar and shit in the background, and it was, man, dude, it was. That shit was tough, bro. Like, but yeah, man, those are some of my favorite moments. And
I didn't even see that, man. But I'm gonna take that podcast out for sure.
Yup.
But yeah, man. Think we should do like a moment of silence?
I with it.
The beam, man. We'll give it a good 24. Rest in peace, and prayers going out to all the families that was on the plane crash, and all the families that was on the helicopter crash, and all the families that was impacted by it. Everybody that was impacted by it, because it impacted everybody, man. But I think we're gonna end it right there, unless you got something else. Cuzzo?
I'm about not forgotten.
I'm about not forgotten, man. We out.
Yep.